What is up, everyone? This is SC Center, the first SC Center since July 4th, and sitting next to me is JP McDaniel. Wait a minute. It's not JP McDaniel, it's Joshy. Why don't you introduce yourself to the people since nobody knows you?
Okay, hi, I'm Josh Sutherland, aka Josh Suth, or Ask Joshy on the interwebs. I have a Twitter.
Tell them about it.
Yeah, there's Twitter, Facebook. I got a YouTube channel, youtube.com/AskJoshy.
So what are you doing here for IPL?
I have this name badge which explains all this, but anyway, I'm actually the community manager for IGN Esports, and my job this weekend is pretty much keeping track of Team Liquid, Reddit, Twitter, Facebook. If people are freaking out about stream audio being too low or something like that, I'm usually the first one to respond and relay it to the appropriate people. And then we're also posting all the photos and scores and stuff that we can.
That's cool. Well, you know what? Let's start right there. Since SC Center, for those of you who don't know, is all about the news. Let's talk about community reaction. What has the reaction been to IPL?
Do you want honest or like optimistic?
You decide if you want to lie to my face.
Well, okay, so obviously there were a bit of a few issues to start things off today. The blacklist from Blizzard, totally not our fault, by the way. We totally set up the whitelist for our IP yesterday, and they were like, it's all good. Why don't you just log in 100 people at once, and you'll be fine. And then today we logged in like 20 people at once, and it wasn't fine. I'm pretty sure DeMuslim was the first one to try to log in and get rejected, so we're blaming it on him directly. We think perhaps he was like flagged for some other illicit activity or something, and BattleNet just didn't want any part of that. So DeMuslim is to blame for being blacklisted at IPL3. That's the official statement. Anyway, so the community was all like, Blizzard, you're hurting esports, give us LAN, et cetera, which is like, hey, at least we're not getting blamed because, you know, that's good. We did everything we were supposed to, and you know, hopefully next time it's not an issue. Hopefully next time at any event it's not an issue. I know that other events have had the same thing happen. Usually just don't hear about it as much. So sorry to have that little bit of a delay, but in other news, we were able to combine some rounds in the open qualifier, so we actually stayed ahead of schedule anyway. So here we are now. I only have time to do this because we're ahead of schedule, so it's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
One thing you guys are getting praised on as far as reaction to the community goes is, you know, you guys got a little blowback on the format, and then you raised the prize pool for group play, 1,000 for first, 500 for second, which, as the community manager, you would think that you would be sort of in the loop on that, but you were telling me you really had no idea what was going on.
I never said no. You know, I'm actually, as the community manager, I'm not actually like one of those higher ups that can make decisions on things. Turns out some of those higher ups did make some decisions. I just was out of the loop a little bit. So when we added that cash prize to the pool play, I was a little surprised. I actually thought it was a hoax briefly, but you know, turned out to be all good. And I talked to Select and some of the other guys that are playing tomorrow, and I was like, does this actually like add fuel to your fire? Like, you really want to win the pool now? He's like, yeah, I'll play hard. And I was like, so you weren't going to play hard at all before that? He's like, no, not as much. I was like, all right, well, it worked then. So players are definitely fond of the idea of more money, it seems.
That's awesome. All right, let's get right into the results then. As far as the group play goes, Group A, we had Alive going 3-0, Stefano going 2-1, Huck 1-2, which I think surprised a bunch of people, and then Boxer 0-3-0-6. Were any of those surprises to you? How did you expect that group to go?
Alive definitely put on his impressive game face and went 6-1 in total games. That was pretty friggin' cool. Like, Alive was kind of one of our wild cards. Like, obviously, Huck and Boxer were both invited players. Stefano beat a slew of like amazing players in the online qualifier that he won. And Alive was just kind of like, okay, we don't really know where to rank him per se. Just we haven't seen that many games from him outside of GSL, so we don't really know how he stacks up. But he's definitely putting a whooping on Group 1, and he earned himself $1,000 today and top seeding from that group.
Pretty nice. Yeah, I was pretty impressed with Stefano. I think he already has a bunch of fans, obviously, and a bunch of people watching him, especially from the recent controversy with Complexity and Millennium. But I think the way he put a hurt on Huck, do you like that controversy?
Yeah. That's a new one.
No problem. But anyway, the hurting he put on Huck was pretty significant. He really beat him up. I did not see the Stefano Boxer games, although apparently he 2-0'd him. So
I actually asked Stefano, I was like, how'd you like your games today? He's like, I'm cool with second place. And I was like, what about your games with Boxer? Was that like exciting? He's like, this is a little too easy. Nice. I was like, oh, that's unfortunate, Stefano.
You know, Stefano's a guy who really likes the new prize pool, because I was just talking to him earlier. He was like, I don't care about MLG. I don't care about, GSL. I just want to make a lot of money.
This is the place to do it.
Yeah, you know what? At least he's honest about it. You know, Stefano, I'm sure he loves the game. I'm sure he loves playing, but the guy's in it for the money. So good for him. He got 500 today.
Easy 500.
Yeah. Pool B is not quite done yet, although we're pretty sure MC is going to take out the top there. Strelick rounding out the bottom. What we're waiting on is the Rhett Ryung game. We're filming this right before that goes on. So when this does come up, though, congratulations to the annotated man here who won.
I'll get out of the way.
You played well. You overcame many obstacles. Your life has been difficult, but this has been a big day for you. Call your mom. Go to Disneyland. Either way, though, MC getting a lot of attention for his play. I mean, obviously, when you fall from grace the way that MC has, people will dance on your grave and just give attention to any misstep.
I agree.
But once he comes back, I mean, this isn't exactly, he's not exactly winning GSL here, Kodas by winning Pool B, but still, he's getting a lot of attention. The Reddit threads, MC's back, this is it. So of course, there's the reaction that way. I wouldn't go so far as to say that, but it's good to see him doing well again. I don't know did you see any of those games in Pool B?
I did not. I heard with some surprise that MC sort of bopped Ryung on the head, and I was like, wow, that's really good for MC, because we actually were a little bit worried. He was our last invite to be confirmed, and by the time obviously we've been talking to him a long time to get him out here to IPL3, because he's one of the best Pro Toss players in the world still, but we didn't actually get every single thing finalized, so we couldn't announce it yet until after he had actually dropped out of Code A. And so when we announced it, it went from like, oh, Kodas Superstar Pro Toss to, oh, he might as well just quit. Like, people turn on you fast, and I'm glad that MC is actually, turning some heads and making some people shut up. Like,
yeah.
I'm a big MC fan. I don't hide it. I actually do really enjoy his play and his attitude and all that stuff. So
yeah, I can't wait to see him over the next couple of days, because I wasn't able to see much of Group B, and I'm looking to see if things have changed in his play style. I know that a lot of people have picked out a lot of negatives in his play style, in the way that the game has changed from when he was winning GSLs. So I'm really interested to see how that goes. We'll see, though. Also, obviously, was the open bracket today, and in winners bracket 1, we have Puma and Sake advancing. Puma taking out Minigun of note there, and Sake took out Slush. So that was there. To Muslim, of course, the English hero, the man that everybody loves to love lately, who's been doing really well in the ladders, is now playing Chef in the finals of Winners Bracket 2. To Muslim took out Cats. He did also ruin the blacklist, and I believe he also missed the NASL match recently, but I think everyone can forgive him for that. I know that one of the top Reddit threads is praising his professionalism, so good for DeMuslim, getting a lot of fans lately, obviously, although he's always had a ton of fans. He's a charming young man.
He's like one of the top stream view count people now.
Yeah.
Now that Destiny's tapering off a little bit, DeMuslim's in
I want to see him translate it to tournament winnings.
Yeah, well, he just secured himself at least $1,000 in prize money here, so we'll see how far he can get in the champ bracket. No, they still have to play a bit to see where they're going to get seeded against our pool play guys, but these names that he's listing off right now are in the top 16. So who did we have? We had Zaka, Puma,
DeMuslim, and Chef.
So
and winners bracket 3 is Artist and Kawaii Rice. Kawaii Rice did take out Kiwi Kaki 2-1 of note. And winners bracket 4, Violet and Lucky, 2 Koreans making it to the end there. Not a huge surprise. Lucky taking out Hey Pro, Violet taking out Machine. Nothing really terribly surprising there. As far as the losers brackets go, that obviously still has a ways to go, and we'll keep you updated there. By the way, that reminds me, we will be doing SC Center every night from IPL, so see you here tomorrow night. We'll release it on YouTube. You should check it out there. And obviously this will get better every night, because it's been a long time since I did this on the regular. Maybe get Slasher in here, Cat's Pajamas. I don't know. You should tweet me at chobopeon. Tell me who you want to get in here. We're working out schedules. It's hard to obviously coordinate, but we'll get whoever you guys want in here. Have you heard about the Blizzard Cup?
The Blizzard Cup was just announced, wasn't it?
Yes,
oh,
yes.
No.
Okay. Yeah, I suppose you've been busy today. The Blizzard Cup, Mr. Che announced on Team Liquid. It's a 2012 tournament, and it's basically taking the best players of 2011 and putting them together for a $30,000 prize, which is pretty good. Although the way that they lined up the prizes, I'm not a huge fan of. Obviously, IPL has it more spread out, and I really, really dig that. And this is more $30,000 first prize, and then like $8,000 second prize, which is not.
That's how they did their GSL, their first seasons too, man.
Not a fan.
Big drop off.
Not a fan, but
first place winners are happy though.
Yeah. But if you don't win a first place, all of a sudden things become a little trickier. But either way, the tournaments that are going to get seeded in, the top 3 GSL point rankings, which I don't think anyone can argue with. First and second place from MLG Providence really adds something to that, although that is going to be a huge tournament anyway. And then the winners of IEM New York City, IPL Season 3, so the winner here gets...
So we get to announce it finally. I've been sitting on the winner of our tournament gets invited to X event, and I'm like, okay, let me know.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Glad to hear it.
Definitely has something. DreamHack Winter, which I'm looking forward to. I love DreamHack. And BlizzCon and WCG are going to get... that. By the way, speaking of the way that they spread out prize money, Sundance has been tweeting today, trying his best to take away your sunshine. I don't know if. All right, hold in the anger there. I can tell you're furious.
We invited everybody from MLG to come.
I'm just kidding. But he has been tweeting. Well, I think he's been really busy this week. Actually, he's been jet setting around to LA, San Francisco, on a bunch of meetings, and now he's going to Vegas or something. All by following his Twitter, I know this. But he tweeted, what would you do with $1 million? He tweeted that a couple of days ago. Now he's talking about $1.5 million, how that's going to be spread across the year, plus $500,000, and how he wants to do it for the season versus the championship. And the way he's talking about it is sort of 1.5 for the year, and then 1 million for a grand championship, or rather 500,000 for a year and 1 million for a grand championship, which is... First of all, 1 million for a grand championship is absolutely crazy and amazing. Although one idea that was floated that I liked was why not do 1 million for the year and 500,000 for the grand championship. I'm just a big fan of spreading it out. I know it sounds sexy to say, look, $1 million grand championship, but spreading it out makes it a more viable profession. More people can play, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't know. And the games mean more.
We saw what, the $1 million Dota 2 tournament. We saw the $1 million Call of Duty Black Ops tournament, and yeah, it's over now. So we don't really.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't tell you who won the Black Ops tournament. I mean, I think it was Optic. I mean, maybe.
This is,
you see my point. So,
yeah, exactly.
And obviously the players here are thrilled because they can win a few rounds and make money. Like,
yeah.
You don't have to actually beat the best players in the world to bring something home with you. So. Yeah, either way, I mean, they're both impressive. It's a very high dollar.
I would say, obviously, $1 million grand championship, it's all about being sexy, getting viewers. But first of all, 500,000 will get you the viewers, you know what I mean? And MLG has the prestige right now. It's the most, I don't know, people love MLG with its connections to GSL, although IPL is quickly coming up on its tail in that way. So I don't think he has to worry about that too much. So I don't know, Sundance, think about the players who aren't coming in first place and just please spread it out for the sake of the players. He's also talking about the fact that he's in HBO offices today or tomorrow for a documentary crew, which is pretty interesting. Yeah. Sundance, as always, super vague and in his hype, but he knows what he's doing. He knows how to get the hearts of nerds pitter-pattering. So good for him. In other news, Sase joined Quantic Gaming, which is cool. Good for him. I know he's been looking for a team for a while, holding out for a certain salary. Not an outlandish salary at all, from what I hear, but just something livable. And so good for him for finally getting that. And finally, as far as news goes, Type 2 Gaming, which was Take's team, it has a couple of Koreans on there, a couple of good names, was announced just yesterday. And people immediately told him that it sounded like it was relating to diabetes.
Of course.
Naturally.
That's what you get when you type 2 into Google.
Yeah. So, which is funny, you realize they never typed type 2 into Google when they put all this work into the name, they never were like...
My dad's a diabetic. It's like, I hear type 2 and I'm instantly like, diabetes.
Yeah.
It's not...
It doesn't even, I don't even think it takes, a family member. It's just immediately so... Their new name, I don't know how I feel about it.
They already renamed?
They already renamed
it
S-Type for Supernova Type.
Okay.
Whatever. So you know, give it to them. They work fast. I don't know.
Can we call them Stipe, like for short?
I like it.
Done and done.
Hire him as your new creative guy over there.
Stipe is not a good word either. Stipe, doesn't that mean something?
Oof.
I don't know.
Nothing about your names are good, but I would say that you know, we can't hold back. But I would say though that I am super excited to see what goes on here, because Take has quite a history in esports and produces great events and great content. And running a team, being a general manager, I can only imagine it's going to be some pretty interesting stuff, and I'm sure he's going to include it in his home story cups and whatever he does from here on out. Is there anything you'd like to say to the good people before we go? Anything you'd like to plug?
Well, like you said, you're going to be here every night, IPL3 here at Caesars in Atlantic City and Bally's, of course, with our qualifier area. That's where I was all day. So keep watching at ign.com/IPL. Keep posting about us on Facebook and Twitter and Team Liquid and Reddit and Something Awful and wherever you happen to be posting, because it's awesome. And if you would use the hashtag IPL3, and no matter where you're posting it, then we can collect all that data, and I can look like a really cool guy.
Aren't you entered into some prize pool for IPL3 hashtags?
Oh, wait.
That's the impression I've been under. I'm assuming I'm in a lottery for $1 million every time I post.
Every time you use hashtag IPL3, you make me look really cool, and that's the best prize of all, Mr.
So
chobopeon.
That's good enough for me. All right.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching. We'll be here tomorrow. Check it out at ESFIworld.com. I'm chobopeon. This is Joshy. Thank you so much for coming on. See you guys later.